Now, did you know the two richest billionaires in the world, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, both had rich parents? Elon Musk's dad owned an emerald mine, and that allowed him to, make money and invest in that and make a big career out of it. Jeff Bezos' parents gave him $250,000 to start Amazon, and that brings us to Yellow Deck. When you start with money, life is a lot easier. Now, this allows us to take jokers that we want to take. We can take rentals, we can afford it, we can skip things, live off interest, just make a ton of money. And this is definitely the easiest deck if you want to get your first gold state victory. Now we have a flush here, it doesn't quite get out. Looking for a little bit of a higher spade. You could discard one, but I like just playing the flush and then playing the pair, or maybe two pair. Let's go two pair. Cool. So we'll see what the first shop gives us and if we have to take it. Okay, a rental rebate, an extra hand, pretty good first shop. Now I quite like the idea of a rental rebate because we can use it, we can buy it for $1, we can discard hopefully a few sevens, and then we can make it out. However, getting out is going to be a little bit harder with just a rebate, so let's go in Buffoon Pack looking for some scoring. Christie, we get a free reroll. That is cool too. We can do that. Maybe one reroll. Okay, interesting decision here. Now this does make us lose a little bit of money if we take one of these, but both are very strong. Now, what do I like more here? Both very good jokers. Can I take both? Let's just take both. Makes things a lot easier. I'm explaining like which one to pick. We have rebate, we can take both. We joker extremely strong. So let's play the two pair. We have a 7 here. Looking for, more 7s, more 2s. But yeah, we can afford to do one hand. This is an alright hand. And the 2s will actually help us play less strong hands to get out. Constellation, obviously, if you've played Balatro before, Constellation is kind of goated. Very easy to get online, and especially this early. Very good. So what do we want to go for? Maybe clubs, maybe hearts. I think we'll go for hearts here. Maybe diamonds. Let's go for diamonds. No, we're discarding diamonds. Okay, let's discard the 7s. We get $10. Let's discard... Let's discard... Maybe we play this hand. I'm actually going to do that. Let's play the king. Looking for more hearts. Okay. Let's discard these. Okay, we get our flush. Let's play the 2. Let's play the flush. And with 24 chips, this gets us out. It gets us out anyway, I believe. Okay, we took the rental hit on the rebate because it gave us quite a lot of money. Now, I like taking an extra hand. This isn't usually an interest deck start. Usually you want to save your money, but if we have very good options, we may as well take them. So let's take the extra hand. This will help us with rebate. Must play 5 cards. It's a little annoying. We can play the full house. Looking for 6s. So We Joker is very special in the sense that it's all the chips you'll ever need. Once you get your chips online, you can take more very easily. We already have X more, which is going to help a ton. Unfortunately, we can't get this 2 quite yet, so I'm going to discard. Looking for 2s, but sacrificing our rebate value. Maybe we can play the pair. No, maybe I like that. So 40, and then we find another 6. Looking for a pair of 2s. Very low chance. We find it. Awesome. So the Wii Joker keeps us safe. And we take the rental hit on the rebate again, but it seems to be money positive. Okay, we can take a Riffraff. It only gives us 1 extra Joker here, but the beauty of Riffraff is it gives us non-debuffed or non-rentals. So we can take it, and then it will just give us a free Joker. Maybe some plus more. Extra discard is cool. Now we know we're still okay here, but it is a little spooky. I can say that. But we can play the flush, and this doesn't quite do it because we don't have any plus more. But we do get some extra 2s. So 500 is what we get there. We can play a pair for about 200. let's find aces. Awesome. So we know we get out with our extra hand and another pair. Do we have any more twos? We have one more two. We find it. Cool. Let's play the two pair. So we've got max Wii Joker scaling almost. We're getting very lucky with the draw of the twos. Let's just play this. We get rental hit on rebate, but we have $4 of interest. And do I want to sell this? Maybe I do. Do I believe we're fine with 1,500? Okay, we need to find something before the wall. Maybe that Zany Joker. Okay. Let me look in here first because we want a hermit or just anything really. Doesn't cost too much. Okay, Hangman. We can hang maybe 8s and 3s to make finding our 2s easier. We could go Stunner Pack. So I have a decision here. I can sell the Drunkard and gamble on the Riffraff, or I can sell Riffraff and get some good scoring, and this has synergy with our rebate. Now our rebate only has 2 rounds left. Maybe I like the idea of gambling, but maybe that's not the best option. Maybe you want to take some scoring. Zany Joker isn't the best scoring in the whole world, but I think with $20 we can probably find some sort of plus more. Maybe it's levels, maybe it's a planet level, maybe it's just a bonus card. An Empress would get us out with our Wii Joker, so I'm actually going to go next, and I'm going to sell this. Okay, we find Mad Joker, so discarding 6s, we can discard some 6s. We can play the pair here. Hopefully looking for kings and 2 2s. Discard 6s again. Okay. Hopefully finding our 2s isn't too hard. No pun intended. Okay, a little spooky here, but we do have... Going for the 2s makes the most sense here, even if we want to survive, because we have more 2s left in the deck than anything else. Apart from 5s. We might come across some 5s, which is okay. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure we're guaranteed a 2-pair here. Surely, right? 2-pair of 2s. Maybe we got a few 2s. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Knowing because we only have 12 cards left in deck, technically that's a gamble, but the chances of not finding another 2 there are astronomically low. So this gets us out. Now, 1 round left on the rebate. Maybe I'm not going to be greeding in the wall because we need to be safe. So I'm actually going to sell this for Riffraff, and I'm going to buy Clearance Sale, and I'm going to buy 1 Celestial Pack to remain above interest. We can take a high card. Maybe it's a high card seed with this many chips. You could go greedy, I guess. Maybe I want to play it safe. And also just get constellation scaling. And we can also take the Uranus because that's pretty cool. These are things we can afford to do being on this deck, especially with that guy. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we know we're fine. This might win. Maybe I'd rather take the chance of it winning than not winning. But I doubt it gets 4k. Okay, 2.9. Which means we can greed. Looking for 2s. Okay, I guess we can look for more 2s. Honestly, I think I'll settle for this. This gets us out, and maybe we can get away with a high card, so let's do it. We have Golden Joker, so our hands aren't too bad. We could actually win with a high card, but let's just play the 2-pair. So we at 120 just means high card is pretty strong right now. If we find some sort of mult without needing to play 2-pair, that would be pretty cool. Maybe a Riffraff isn't very useful here. So let's just scale our Celestial Pack now, or our Constellation. So if we take the Venus, what are we looking for? We're looking for like pairs, high card levels, because this many chips means we can be a bit lazy with our scoring. We don't need to play something crazy. But if we take this, but we don't use it immediately, and we go in the Celestial Pack, we won't see this in there. And now we get a pair level. That could have been the Venus. Maybe it would have been there anyway, but it's nice to do that. Maybe you go Venus again. And then we can afford it, so let's go in a standard pack, trying to find something cool. Maybe 2s. Take a purple seal. It's not too bad. It does add a card to our deck, but it should help us since we're digging in our deck. Okay, let's discard. Let's play the pair of threes. Already gets us quite a little bit of scoring. Play the high card. Okay. Let's discard. We find 3 twos. We'll do it because 3 twos wins it anyway, I believe. Maybe not quite actually. We upgraded our levels. Oh yeah, we upgraded that one too. Okay. Pluto, we will take. We're looking here for maybe a hermit, maybe a fool. Okay, High Priestess is fantastic. Awesome. Okay. So this also allows us to, taking so many planet levels allows us to play other things apart from a 2-pair and basically be safe. But we can afford this, $6 because of our decision, and I think the riffraff is $6, so having 2 jokers that can replace it are pretty good. Holographic jokers. I guess we can maybe do this. I know it's debuffed, but we'll be fine. And then go next. Looking for more 2s. Now, we've got to be a bit more careful here. Maybe that wasn't the best decision because now we win too quickly. I'm going to do this. I believe high card probably wins. 144 times 14. I think it does it, so I'm going to do this. That definitely wins. A little bit of a mistake there. You can just keep my joker. But I guess it will get to a point eventually where we do need some sort of better mort. And so our Wii is already pretty high. It only needs to get to like 200, 300 to win. But if you want to go a little bit overkill, feel free. It's kind of fun scaling the guy. I'm going to go in here and maybe get a fool for a different planet level. Okay. Temperance we can do. And then we'll take the bottle reroll. Because it's always nice to have. Do I want a different joker? Maybe you sell this. But I don't mind going next. Since we can only play one hand, maybe that's a good reason to take this. If we couldn't find the 2-pair on our first hand, we might be in trouble. But we can get away with high card here. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Because why not? Play the 2. And that wins. Cool. Scary Face is not needed at all, truthfully. Extra discard is great. We can hold on to the Temperance to do this. So $81, very strong. Maybe we want to take an Empress or Hierophant, perhaps. Hermit again. Maybe open the Celestial pack first, so that Hermit is on our full. Maybe we hold on to the Hermit so that we can take planet levels. Like that. And then maybe you use it and take the extra discard and just go next. I think I'm fine with that. We could open the Mega Standard for looking for blue seals. Gold seal is fine. I'll take it. Maybe I don't care about another one. Econ is already completely fine. And I do want to find our 2s. I like scaling. Okay. Discard. We do have gold here now. We have an extra discard, so we might be able to find a pair of 2s. Cool. We can do this. Maybe not necessary, but I don't want to put it on the 2s just yet. Okay. Now this is going to die soon, but we'll probably be okay. Fortune Teller? Could be. Could be Fortune Teller here. Maybe over Scary Face, because Scary Face isn't doing anything. We can open the Buffoon. Eternal Chad, holographic. We'll take it for sure. It's probably not going to be used in the way it's intended, but it's plus more and helps with our Wii. I like taking it as an Eternal, and we can replace Golden Joker and Fortune Teller. We already have an Eternal X more at 2x, which is very good. So I'm gonna take that for sure. Hangman's cool. Seeing double. Maybe it's seeing double. Okay, if that's the case, I don't need fortune teller. And we can just play a pair. Let's go Arcana first. Okay, let's hang a 7 and a 5. And then maybe spin a wheel. Maybe sell this and then spin the wheel. Okay, I like Golden Joker because it's econ. And we need econ to find more planets. Okay. So let's discard. Discard more. Okay, we get a 2. I guess we can do this. Maybe it's a little bit of a high card. Steel Seed. But this doesn't win. Okay, we could have been a bit greedy there, but now we know. So we get 10k hand with our high card. We could have played the pair there to see what we're cooking with, but I think it would have been 20k. A throwback? Maybe not necessary. Maybe I want a little bit more plus more. Maybe you want to scale some more planets. And we're not speedrunning, but throwback is definitely viable here. You can definitely take it. We're chilling pretty big, yeah. So I guess looking for planets, but maybe $7 reroll isn't necessary. Go next. Okay, Lucky 2 is pretty cool. We can just discard looking for more 2s. Then we can see what we're cooking here. So this is going to be a pretty big hand because of our seeing double. And $20, cool. So 23k. Not quite there yet. Green Joker, probably not Green Joker. We can go Liquidation. I guess because we don't have much plus more, we've got to go crazy on our X more. So seeing double is replaceable for maybe a hologram or something better, but I'd probably lose the Golden Joker first, a hologram, and then maybe lose this for, let's say, like a card shop or something like that. Click in here. Red Seal 2, another 2. We'll definitely take it. We can put the Magician on the Red Seal 2. Maybe we can play high Red Seals, or maybe we can play like a flush 5 of 2s. Most likely 5 of a kind. I'm not too interested in changing suits. We go pair for seeing double, so high card isn't super viable here. Stuntman, not necessary. We have a Wii, and it's debuffed too. Let's go next. Okay, strength would be also great on these aces to turn them into 2s. Give me that. Judgment. Not quite. Okay. So this doesn't win. So I'm going to play the high card of kings. Looking for more 2s. Okay. We can do a 2 pair. Maybe, I guess, do that. Glass 2, I'd rather keep it, maybe, for a chance of it being okay. Instead of making it a Magician, you know, we have a glass 2 in the bank if we want to use it. But it might break here, and that's completely fine. I don't hate it. Okay, 120k. We're doing okay. I'll say that much. 2 more Celestials. Boiled egg. Pretty great, but again, not necessary. Let's take a 2 pair. That also works with seeing double. Reroll. Go Mars. And then, because we got the lucky hit, we can reroll a little more if we want to. Okay, Flash card is pretty good. However, I'd replace it for Golden Joker. Now, the problem with that is if I replace it with Golden Joker, we don't have much money to reroll. We don't have much interest here. And rerolls are still very expensive, so while I like the idea of a flash card, I'm gonna say no to it today. Go next. Okay. Let's, I guess, maybe go for another 2 pair. Could be. I'd love to make these aces 2s. That'd be great. Okay, let's play the high card. Still getting out with high card, by the way. We don't even need like a pair. We can just play high card. Okay, now we'll play the 2 pair. Play on the 2. 2 for the retriggers. Cool. So our 2 pair is about the same as our pair. Besides a little bit, it being a little bit lower. Okay. Just gonna take all the planet cards I can. Photograph. A little boring, I'm not adding it. I'm not doing it. We haven't come across the planet yet. We might die. It's a little bit of a cop-out. We can go Chariot again. Pairs with steel is pretty good still. Let's look in here for 2s. Red steel steel. Again, not necessary, but I'm gonna take it. Okay, let's go next. First hand is face down. Little annoying, but not too big of a deal. I'm gonna keep the lower cards just in case. They're probably not 2s, so I'm gonna discard. Okay, we know that's a 2. Maybe it was a 2. Let's do that. Okay, so this is gonna be a lot. Yeah, we're kind of chilling. Hermit, cool. We can take blank because extra joker is always cool. There could be pretty dangerous boss blinds like that. Could be dangerous if we don't get our correct draws. Should have kept Hermit again to look inside. Celestials. We can look in here first. Not necessarily for any reason, but just for fun. You could take the gold king here. It's good with the chat, sorry, but maybe I kind of just like scaling. We kind of have money, right? We don't need that much. I guess high card is fine. One more reroll. Take a planet. So the clearance side is pretty good. Sometimes I'm opposed to taking it because it knocks our temperance value down. What we can do here is we can actually play the 7. And then we can play the 4 of a kind of 2s. Cool. We could discard 5 of a kind. So this is a great hand. And truthfully, maybe I want to keep the glass for the boss blind. This gets out anyway. It doesn't have any clubs, but maybe we can bring some clubs into... Maybe we can find a Moon Tower card to bring into the thing. Into the boss, but this should be fine. This should get out in 1. Or sort of 1. It wouldn't quite beat the boss blind, which is a little scary. But it's because we didn't have Seeing Double. Keep going. Okay, Fortune Teller comes back. Let's go in here. Okay. Maybe Fool for straight is fine. And then maybe it's glass, perhaps. That will help beat the boss. Because all of our levels are so strong, just a glass card with a Chad is very good on each one. Besides Full House, but even then it's pretty good. Go one more, we get a non-eternal throwback, but we will say no today. Let's go next. Okay. Truthfully, scaling the Wii is becoming less and less necessary, but we might as well, right? So I'm not going to play the glass again. We can do this. Maybe it helps us. But this, I think, gets out, even with 90, especially with that. Okay, that's cool. $20. Okay. Do we have a boss reroll? We do. So we could reroll if we want to. But I think if you know you're going to be okay, there's no need to. Maybe this is better than Golden Joker anyway, and it's holographic. $8 because we've used so many planet cards. Uranus we'll take. We'll re-roll a little bit deeper just to stay safe. 6 cents. Hang'em. And then let's go glass on the 2. Could do magician, but glass is safer. Especially now, we can afford to have so many. One more, and then stand back. So went a little deep. We could have taken the 2 there. I don't know why I didn't. Went a little deep, but I think it's okay. And this is completely fine. We can just play this. The steel 2 is cool, or steel jack. Then let's discard. Magician. We can do this. We can play the 4. Doesn't hurt us, right? Keeping it on the lucky because we want money more than we want scoring. But we know we're definitely okay here, right? 4 of a kind with seeing double, plus 2 red seal steals. This is basically overkill. Especially with that. That's almost better than the steal. Yeah, 4 mil. We didn't quite need to do that, but why not? The glass breaks, but I think it's okay. Start with 0 discards. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna speed up a little bit here. We don't need to be taking our time quite this much, but it's nice to just make sure we're safe. The amount of times I've believed I'm fine, and then I come across a boss blind that I forgot about. Too many times. Taking the Mars over the high card level there, just because we're playing more hands. But let's go speedy. Let's go speedruns. Don't want to play the glass 2. I guess that's fine. That gets out even without seeing double. We're definitely okay. Violet Vessel is no problem. Let's go Arcana. Take a Mars card. Earth card. Okay. I mean, Satellite is very replaceable here. Let's take it. Tribulate. Okay. I don't actually have a gold sticker. I don't have a single sticker on this because every time I've got it, I've died. Tribulate is bad luck. But you know what that means? It means we can just do this. Give me one moment. Boom, 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 boom. And we're very much chilling here. Yeah. So because our planet cards are so high, we can play even a higher card with Tribulate, and we're kind of cooking. But Tribulate not needed here at all. Sometimes Satellite is even better. But if you want to go further with this run, Tribulate is pretty cool, and we have the boss reroll for the plant. So, you know, the seed, you'll see it in a second. Okay, let's speed up. Play the ace. Okay. And what is the big scary boss blind? Ooh. Not relevant here at all because we don't have any plus mort. Besides the hologram, but it's not necessarily 10 mort plus what, 22 mort from a 4 of a kind, 8 mort with a pair. This is a slight 2x, but we're getting way more than 2x with winning. So let's just, you know, take a pair level, why not? And you know what? I'm gonna do a world's first. Sometimes you can skip. It's okay. It is okay. Also a little trick, because our plus mort is on the left. Put it there, click select, hold the chat, move it to the left. Cool. Awesome. A little bit of tech. And then we just look for a pair. We'll keep the 2s for... No, I want to end this with some 2s. Let's do this. Cool. So, very difficult deck, as you can see. But having money online so early just allows you to really flourish. There's not many yellow deck seeds you'll lose. Especially just, like I said, it's a very good entry-level gold stake deck. I think even better than red deck or blue deck. But a big trap you can fall into is when you have so much money at the very beginning, you can spend a lot of it. Now, I did that at the very beginning, but we could afford it. We had a lot of things that were very strong, and as you can see, it paid out very well. So thank you for watching. I keep saying that this at the end of every video, but if you have any cool seeds you want to send my way, want to see me suffer, I am 100% down, and I'm gonna try and complete every single deck and do a little how-to series. We're gonna leave black deck for last because, you know, I want the grand finale. But this was a little fun one, and yeah, enjoy. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.